Morning. It is Wednesday, May 9th, 2018. Cruising right along through the year. Almost the middle of May. It's crazy. Anyway, I don't know about where you live, but in our neck of the woods, we have two sets of mail carriers. We have the village mail carriers and the rural mail carriers. And the village mail carriers do not walk. You see in the movies the mailman with the bag strapped over his shoulder, or the little push cart that looks like the pull behind golf thing that you'd use with your bag at the golf course. We don't have those around here. We have mail carriers exclusively in mail trucks. The USPS mail truck, tiny little thing. And I guess the main reason for this is the change and shift in society. One, people are lazier, so they don't want to walk as much. Two, there are more and more packages that are being carried by the postal system themselves rather than just freight lines like UPS and FedEx. Sure, those still exist, but don't get me wrong, I don't see as many of those trucks anymore. A lot of things are just going through the postal system now, and so that does not make it very convenient or easy to walk with the mail anymore. Out of necessity, they've needed to drive, simply because there are more larger boxes. But we also have rural mail carriers that, you guessed it, travel to the more rural areas, the country, as it were. And in our community, there are at least two of these, and they both have their own personal vehicles. And that's not super strange. The Postal Service probably pays their gas mileage, and no big deal. But these are specialty vehicles that have the steering wheel and the all the necessary operations on the right side of the car, not the left side, as you would see in some European countries or Australia, some things like that. So they're special ordered in for that purpose, which is cool. But one, they both happen to drive Jeep brand vehicles. One's white, one's blue. And the reason I pay so much attention to this is because as I was growing up, one of these carriers, these mail carriers, lived across the street from us. They still live across the street from the same house where my parents live. And this lady that owns this vehicle, in the last probably 10 years, has driven 3 different Jeep mail cars. An older model Grand Cherokee, and then 2, I don't know if they're Wranglers or Rubicons, one of the 2, but the more boxy style. 2 red ones and a blue one. She's currently on the blue one. The other rural mail carrier in town, he drives a white, and I think this is a Jeep Wrangler, if that's even a thing. I don't know. I don't keep up on Jeep that much. I don't like Jeeps. But I find it interesting that particularly the one family, the one lady that does the mail carrying, is updating her vehicle so much, and it could be because the mail service is paying for her to get a new vehicle when she needs one, or she just wants a newer model. You know, the same reason anybody would want a new car. But my question is this: it all boils down to this, and this is going on a little longer than I intended. Is when you're done being that mail carrier, you're stuck with that vehicle. I mean, I guess you could always go and trade it in for a different one, but the way it's set up, and if you know you're driving it every day, you're used to it anyway. But still, it's interesting to think like, okay, you invested all this money and time into using and purchasing this vehicle that's, to all intents and purposes, backwards from what America is used to. And then what? Because it's going to be hard to resell. Most people are not going to want to buy that vehicle. And just to, I don't know, like, it's interesting to me to invest your own money or part of your own money into a vehicle that is not going to last or live as long as a standard motor vehicle would in America. I don't know. I guess, all in all, I don't see the purpose in buying your own vehicle as a mail carrier to use for your job. Obviously, you can have your own car for other things, but I would go and use the Postal Service car to do my job. That's just me. Kind of random, I know, but it is what it is. I'll see you this afternoon.